more than just online sales. There's different things you can do, and I know Amber and Jess both said that they don't do online sales, but you still have to have people on your team to do online parties. I mean, online sales, you know what I mean, online parties, virtual parties. So you still do need to teach your team how to do that, because some people will rather do that than actually doing other stuff. And just some different things is home parties. I'm sure y'all have been hearing that the home parties have been being really successful lately. You do not have to have all the products to have a home party. And there are different videos on YouTube that show different girls with their suggestions. I know this girl, Lindsay, she had a $3,000 home party, and another girl, and the way she did it was apply makeup on the hostess. And then another girl did a $1,500 home party, and she did it out of a catalog, just going through the catalog. So there's different ways, but if you want PRS, you need to do that. Okay, so besides home parties, online parties, you can do lash baskets, and that is just putting some mascara, 7 mascara in a basket and bringing it to businesses, not salons, because you can't do retail. Anywhere that's not retail can sell it for you. Okay, so anyway, that's some different options, but expos, all right. Expo or vendor event is the same thing. My team is really big on that. My team, I'm from Louisiana, and that team is really big, Louisiana and Texas. Not so much here, my Florida team, so that's why I'm talking about it today, so I can explain it better to everybody. But who knows what the main purpose of throwing a vendor event is?
Get the name out there. Gather leads.
Anyone else? The main reason is really finding presenters to join your team, which is kind of like networking. But just a little story real quick. I live in Louisiana, like I said, and I did an event in Atlanta. I drove there. It was a women's expo. And me and one of my friends drove there, paid the guys. It was like a $900 event. It was 2 days. It was supposed to have 4,000 ladies. It was a women's expo. Well, they had 100 people come through the door. That was a lot. Turns out that the guy was scamming everyone, and he got reported and stuff, but they had a ton of vendors, but nobody came to the door. And it's my fault for not asking the correct questions. But even though we lost our butt on the money for the cost of driving the hotel room, I actually sponsored a vendor who sponsored Leah, and my whole Florida team, this lady went to Orange and promoted me to Purple. So some people say, well, I can't afford it. You can't afford not to, because you don't know who you're going to meet that is going to be your next rock star. Okay, so anyway, where do you find events? You can look on your local Chamber of Commerce, the event section of Facebook, and that would be like vendors creating events on there. On Facebook, in groups, you search your state, like Louisiana festivals and events, vendor shows for consultants, craft vendors, Gulf Coast craft vendors, South Louisiana vendors. Just you pick your area and you just search all that, and you can find different groups that you can join that will post when they're having vendor events. Local schools, they normally will do a fair, and you can do that. That's actually a pretty good one. Churches do them. Service leagues, I don't know if y'all have that here, but we have service leagues like a junior league, Red Hatters or something like that. Sorority clubs, they do events. Outdoor expos, Craigslist, you can search for them. Vendors at the show that you join, you always go talk to the vendor and ask them what a show you typically do, and they'll give you some leads for some other ones. And you can also search on convention centers, like go to your town's convention center website and look at their schedule of what's coming. Okay, so these next ones are my personal experience and shows I will not do. I do not do fairs, festivals, kid-oriented events, and bridal shows. I don't do kid-oriented events. We've done it before, and the parents are too busy chasing their kids around. They're not interested in your product.
Yes. How come not bridal event? That's my next one.
reason why I went with them, I was with a previous company before that catered to weight loss and stuff like that, and we did bridal shows. So I did this, I signed up for the show, not even thinking it was like $495 for 4 hours. And I paid it, and so then I went, and all the brides do is they go there to win your prize that you're giving away. They do not go there to shop. I've been multiple, like I've done some other ones because we had paid for them or whatever. And my sister did one with Younique, and we just went under it. Like I said, it's my personal opinion. Now, there's girls that do them. I'm not doing it because I'm not wasting my time and my money because where we live, bridal shows are very expensive. Like they go up to $900 for 6 hours. That's way too much money, in my opinion. So I don't do them.
I mean, I kind of have a question, but I think I asked Leah this at the very, very beginning, but like, say here in the city of Tallahassee, they have big events, and we could, well, if you do them, you have to have a sales tax license. And so my question is kind of like, well, how do you go about that if you want? Because I think it would be a good idea to go to a lot of the city events because there's a ton of people that go, but they ask for like business certificates and
Well,
sales
we do an
tax.
event that has to have a license, and my sister bought it for a year. It's $50.
Your
Okay.
sales tax, I think in the state of Florida is free, you just have to sign up for it, but we pay sales tax when we buy.
Right, so
when
I
we
just
buy
didn't
the
know
product.
how that all worked.
That I
if we-
didn't understand.
I'm local in Florida, and I recently was asked the same thing. You have to contact Department of Revenue, and if they're asking for that sales certificate, it's the Department of Revenue, and they'll give you a temporary one. And if you're doing them consistently, they'll sign you up for one.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Can you repeat that about Department of Revenue?
About what?
What she was saying about Department of Revenue? If your events are asking for the tax certificate, you contact the Department of Revenue, and they'll send you 2 forms, one for your festival event coordinator and one for you to fill out and send back.
Do you still have to pay sales tax even though you?
It depends because the main show that we do where we sold 700, they don't care that we already paid sales tax. The city wants their tax. Yeah, so we have to pay the city tax, but not the state. But most other shows I do, when they say about the tax, I tell them that I'm an independent distributor and we already pay tax when we buy the product, and most of them are okay with that. Okay, so whenever you're calling to schedule to see if to get the event, the first question you should ask is, do you already have a Younique rep? The next question, and if they do, then what you do is you ask them to be put on the waiting list in case that rep decides they don't want it next year. You do not want an event with another rep. It's actually, you can't do that anyway. You allow more than one, because even though they only have one, and they allow more than one, someone else might call after you already secured your spot, and they'll let you come in, and you, there's a reason why, but, okay, so you allow more than one. How much does it cost? What is the number of expected buyers that you plan on attending? Like that guy, he told me 4,000, but he just made that up. How many are documented attendees from last year's show? And what is the ratio of men to women? Because you might be doing a festival that has 50,000 people, but you got to subtract the men and the children out of that. How are you going to advertise? Are you going to put signs on the street and at the building? I did a show with a friend that was the first year they was doing it, which those aren't that great either, but you kind of want to get your name out there in case it would be a good one. It was a radio station advertising that was actually putting it on, so I thought radio station was great. We trying to find the building, can't find the building. There's no sign at all anywhere announcing this thing. Lost a lot of money. Okay, how to figure out how much product to bring. We normally sell 1 mascara per 100 women. So that's just what we average. Okay, the best way to
go wrong with having product on hand. Like, I remember my first month when I was going green and stuff, I bought some mascara and I thought, okay, I have September, October, November, December, January. As long as I help pay this off before the first of the year. The next event that I did 2 weeks later, I had 43 mascaras on hand and they all went at one event because I had them on hand.
How long do they last? Like sealed up? I know they last like 2 to 3 months usually.
2 years.
But if you buy it and it's still packaged, how long does it last?
2 years.
2 years? Yeah, I think it's 2 years, 1 year open, but you're supposed to throw away after 3 or 4 months.
Okay, so the,
Well, I wouldn't leave your product in the car, period.
don't leave your product in the car.
Yeah.
Okay, so the best bang for your buck in ordering your mascara is you order them in sets of 18. Now, up until this week, you were able to do 3-day parties. So we would just open as many 3-day parties as we needed and order 18. And then what you do is you take the white cash and half off to order the rest of the product. But since now all parties, well, you can close them early
Close the
now.
party and
So,
open it.
yeah, not right whenever you first open it though. It has to be open for a little while. I don't know yet, but I tried to close them right when I was playing with it and it wouldn't. And Robin told me it has to be open for a little while, but she didn't tell me how long. So anyway, you order in sets of 18, and that's how you get to maximize your return. And it is mathematical of why, but I don't need to go into that. Just trust me, it's the truth. You actually earn more. Let's see.
You have it in the files about how the
Right,
map
but
works.
it's on certain times, but they're not all at once. Okay, I'll just tell you real quick. If you order 18 mascaras at a time, you're gonna maximize your return. Let's see. Okay, 18 mascaras give you 522 points. Your white cash is 7308 and you receive 3.5 off coupons. If you order 35 mascaras, you receive 162.40 in white cash and 4.5 off coupons. But if you place 2 orders of 18, you're only going to get 146.16 in white cash, but you get 6 half off coupons and a total of 36 mascaras. So you actually get an extra mascara with it. Even though it might just confuse you, that's what you got to do. 18. Okay. I personally don't ever do events alone. Doesn't matter how small, how cheap, never. Because you're gonna have to get up and go to the bathroom. You want to speak to every vendor that's there, and if you work in your booth, you can't speak to the vendors. And also, whenever it's time to eat lunch, I don't recommend eating in your booth. It's just not professional, so that way someone can be there while you go eat lunch. Yeah, vendors are your largest pool for new presenters because most of them are already in direct sales anyway, or in some type of, they're in sales actually. Okay, so this is all me, what I do, and what I teach my team to do. Whenever we're discussing product, after I go through all the questions that I ask the vendor, then I decide how many mascaras we're gonna need, and the girls that I'm gonna ask to do the show with me, they have to agree to bring whatever specific amount we decide on. So let's say they have to bring 50 mascaras, or 100, then they each need to bring 25. If they can't, then somebody else is gonna get asked. Because I have it to where everybody has the same amount. I don't ever let somebody come to a vendor date with me that doesn't have any product. Sorry, it's not gonna happen. So the other thing is, so for the cost, whatever cost it is for the show, if it's $100 and we have 2 people, because if it's an $100 show, you don't need more than 2 people, then we each pay $50. We split it equally. So everything's actually split equally. I don't really ever have more than 2 presenters unless it's a huge show. And whenever I say huge, like the one that we did that we sold 700 mascaras, we actually had 8 at that show. But the first time we did it, because it's a quarterly event, we had 4. There was 32,000 expected, and it's mostly all women. And you have to have a badge to get in. And the first time we did the show, we sold 400 mascaras. So everybody had to bring 100, and we all sold 100 each. We sold it all, and we all paid it equally. And okay, so the Christmas show was huge. It was double the amount of that. So we actually bought 2 booths because we were on the same team, so it wasn't competing. And we had 8 people, and that's how we sold 700 and 100. Because you wouldn't have enough time, even though it was a 4-day show, to sell that much mascara because you nonstop. So the way I do it is I do not have a table with every single product that we sell. My table is minimum. if you have all the stuff we sell, it looks so crowded, and people will just pass you by because it confuses them. There's too much stuff to pick from. Plus, I'm not gonna waste my time talking to you for 30 minutes about the eyeshadow colors and then you walk away and don't buy nothing. I could have sold 5 mascaras or more than that in that time, okay? Now, so what I do is I have a circle table in front that's high, and that's where the drawing box is gonna be because you wanna get people's information to be able to follow up with them. And then a mascara picture on it, and then I have a side table and a back, so it's open, so you can walk in. And I have a table in the front. And on my back table, I will have one of all the product on a display set up, and I only ever even reference that if they say, what is that? Then I'll pull them to the side and talk to them about it and sell them something. We've done it other ways, and that's just what works best. Now, what we do sell, so we concentrate most on the mascaras, but we do sell also on 3 top products is liners, mascara, and now lip stains. So, you know how you always demonstrate your makeup? Go back. I put 5 or 6 colors on my hand, which so they'll see when I'm talking to them, and they remind me to tell them about the liners. And then, and one of my girls, I want to say they sold 40 stains at their last show, so stains are really good sellers too. Okay, let's see where am I. We do not ever sample the mascara. So we sold 700 mascaras in 4 days and did not sample it one time. Do y'all know why we don't sample mascara?
Maybe not. Sharing your mascara is not.
Well, right, exactly. Like some people say, well, you can get a wand and do it. No, because it's not the same. Our wands are made specifically for our mascara. Now, what we will do is, whenever someone says, well, can I try it? Well, sure, you can try it after you buy it. Look, we have a mirror right here, and we'll let you put it on. So they will buy it, come up to the mirror, and either, like the older ladies will say, well, can you put it on for me? And so one of us will, or they'll put it on themselves. We'll let them, we'll do one, let them do the other, they can practice. And that's going to draw a crowd in to see what's going on. So we will do that, but nobody's sampling mascara. Okay, yes.
I have a question about ordering a 14-day guarantee. Do you do that? Is it optional or?
Yeah, you have a question?
No,
14-day love and guarantee, I honor that myself. If they call me that something's wrong with it, then I just deal with it.
my question kind of is the same. Like, say they buy it, they put it on, they don't like it, would you return their money right there?
No one's ever done that.
Okay.
I think what I would say is for them to try some more, like, can I get your information? I'm going to send you a video to show you. It took my sister 3 times to like it, to try it before she even liked it, now she loves it. Something like that.
One of the questions was how many people you expect. Is there a number that you personally said, okay, that's just not enough, that's not cut off?
No, I need to know that number to know how many mascaras to bring. And what she just asked was, how many people do you expect? This is why it is so bad to do a video show with someone else, another presenter, because you need to be able to buy for that show, and if there's another presenter there, you just wasted money because you want product and they're going to buy from the other people and you lose out. One time before, when I did one of my first shows in Texas, this women's supposed to be this huge women's show with like these famous people that come. Of course, I never saw one of the 20 famous people that was coming. But anyway, they allow three people, and so I did it that first time because we was the first one to sign up, and then more came after. So this is just experience, what I'm telling you. So they were on the other end, we was on this end. They were not on our team. They was actually from Texas, and we actually. So I went walk by their booth, and they had 2 tables, and they had every single product all over the place, all the eyeshadow color. I mean, it was just way too much. Okay. Most people can't handle the way too much. So they like something simple to draw their eye in. Well, whenever the people would come around, some people literally told us, we didn't, have you heard about it? And they said, yeah, they go over there. And so did you get it? Well, no. Well, why? Because I didn't like her eyelashes. So look at mine, because I didn't think was wrong with my eyelashes. And they're like, that mascara really did that? And yeah, that's what it does. That's not how their lashes look. So make sure your lashes look good whenever you're doing a show. And always, of course, do one eye, 3D, one eye 3D and one eye regular. Don't ever really go with nothing because they want to see the comparison from the mascara. So just because there are other people there doesn't mean you can't sell, but like we only sold 90 that time. And it was the money, it wasn't worth it because those big shows cost so much money. Yes. Whatever, talk to them. Yes. It always works out. Now the other day someone did, this is, I don't have this on my notes, but since you asked it, the other day someone called me, not on my team, and wanted to, me to help them do a vendor event. She had met me at my New Orleans training. And she said, we're looking for 6 to 7 people. It's going to be this big old show. And I'm thinking, first, halt, 6 to 7 people? No. You're in a 10 by 10 booth, you can barely fit 4 people. And I said, well, how much is it? And she told me whatever the price was, and that's why they wanted 6 to 7 to make the price lower. And then I was just asking her questions, and just, I was not going to that show, but if it would have been a good show, then I would have, but not for what she was trying to do. And then she came back and said, well, we found somebody. I'm like, good. Well, how I'll tell you, because I'm not going 6 to 7 people in a booth. Or whatever it was, I don't remember. Okay, so the reason why also I have people on my team is because they're my team, so it's a lot easier to split everything, to share. And if we have the 4 people, which it's only 4 people for a few shows, normally it's less than that, I will step back sometimes, because you can't all 4 get in the front. So you're gonna have 2 here, I like to get a corner booth, to have 1 in the corner, and then the 4th one really is there to go get vendors. So you take turns. You have 3 in the booth, 1 will leave, take a few aisles, come back, the next one goes take a few aisles. You always bring your tape to put the goods cards in the back of the bathroom stalls. The first show we did whenever we joined Younique, my sister had her cards, and this lady came running up to her with her goods card. What is this? I need this. She signed up on the spot from the goods card inside. And she has a huge team with her now. Okay, so where else above it? The way it works, like what you said for recruiting and stuff, if you talk to them, then that's your person. I don't put them all in the container and then they get split up because you made the connection with them, not me. And what we do is, like, let's say you will put the card in the bucket, but you're going to put your name on the back and you're going to put you some notes. You can remember whenever you left what they were wearing or whatever, jog your memory who that person was. And it just, I don't know if it's because we're all a team, and it's not all, because we have side legs that do it, but they're all under me anyway, but it's still, so it's kind of like not on that person's team, I guess to answer your question. It's just worked out to where we all sell the same amount, we rotate spots, so you just give them a fair shot, and it just works out. Like we don't do, just, let's say y'all grew at the show, and you each had 50 mascaras, we don't do, you sell, rotate down the line. It's whoever talks to them. But I mean, you're working with your friends and your team, you're not gonna try to get every single sale, you're gonna let somebody else get one. Or at least you should. Somebody,
If you're collecting cards, like once you get
okay, I'm getting to this, to that level. Okay, I said why I don't should do the eyeshadow and all. Now, like I said, the eyeshadow is there, but I don't talk about it unless they ask me. I do have a 16 by 20 sign that is the presenter kit, and it says, not this, but looking for presenters, that's not what it says. And then it has $99, no auto ship, paid in 3 hours, whatever. So that will get, if they are interested in selling besides me asking, that will get their attention also. Okay, you want to keep it simple, you keep them focused on what you're saying. If you less is more, all right? A lot of times people can't make a decision, and if you have every single product out, it's too much. You need to make sure that every one of your people who's doing the show with you knows what is expected of them before they get there. For example, what time they need to arrive, and I say at least an hour before the show, because vendors will browse before the show opens, and you can make sales. Everyone should wear Y-related swag, so that it just catches their attention. This happened to me multiple times. I'm walking to set up my booth. We just got there with our cars. I'll wear this shirt, and they'll say, okay, I'll buy it, but not your lashes. And I'll sell them mascara right there. Or I'll stay on that booth, whatever, come find me tomorrow, and then they'll do that. Okay, they all have to have a device to take credit card payments, and so they have to get it before they can come to the show. That answers your question. You can, I don't know if I know this or not, but I use Square. There's other multiple ones, but you can set up all of your inventory on Square. You can itemize every single product with the price. And you can even track if you sell somebody cash, you can hit the cash button and it doesn't charge anything, and so it still shows or deduct the inventory out of your account. It's amazing. Also, if you have Square, set up your account with your name, your picture, and your information, because and the details about each product, because whenever they send them a receipt, it has all of your information on the receipt. Okay, make sure you have cash for change, because people will pay with cash, and sometimes they'll come first thing in the morning and give you a $100 bill, so you gotta be prepared to get that. And then I also have a few other forms, not too many. I personally just do cash and carry at shows. Now, if someone wants to have something, of course, I'm gonna have an order form, but I don't push orders because normally we have it there. And I'll have other products to sell, but it's under the table. It is not out on the table. So if someone says, oh, it's this BB cream and they want one, then I'll get it out. But I don't really stock up those products for the shows. It's just something I have on hand. Okay, and then the Blitz cards, of course, and tape. Now, the reason why I'm saying make sure they know they need to get there early, or they have to come with their makeup already done, not no makeup. The first time we did this show, that was the 4-day show, we didn't tell people what the rules were, and 2 hours later, one of the girls showed up. I was in such shock. Then the next day, my other sister, because I have 3, and her friend, they went out in New Orleans the night before, and they partied too much, so they came in 2 minutes before the show started with no makeup on. And I was like, oh my goodness. So now I'll tell them what I expect before it starts. Okay, of course, what I'm reading, this is another tip. Whenever you're putting your eyeshadow on, it's best if you put light colors instead of dark colors, because the reason why is lighter colors will show, the mascara will show up better, it's easier to see. And even though we have amazing dark colors, you would dare to sell mascara that day, so wear a light color on your eye and do that. Okay, the most important thing is do not ever sit down at your booth. Like, never, ever. Have you ever gone to a vendor show and you walking by and y'all, or the vendors, and you trying to sell something, and I'm walking and y'all are just sitting there at your booth, staring at your phone, not even trying to get me about my business? Do not sit down. I don't care where you are. I don't care if it's a festival, nothing. Now, I went to Walmart, and they have a stool, and it's about like this. So if I sit, I'm still this high. To where I'm eye level and I can talk to you. Because I have a really bad back and neck, so I will sit sometimes in the corner, but if no one's in the booth, I'm not sitting down. And it is just so important to stand up and to always be trying to get the person who's passing. Okay, so this is kind of funny. I don't care if you're ignoring me, and I don't care if you are totally looking the opposite way and I'm right here, because I'm going to talk to you. And what I'm going to say is, have you ever heard of 3D mascara? Have you ever heard of 3D mascara? Like, I just stepped out the booth because she's ignoring me. Okay, so they would be walking like this and I'm sitting here, and I'm like, have you ever heard of 3D mascara? And they're like, what? I swear to y'all, and I guess I shouldn't say that, but 95% of the people that are ignoring me, whenever I say that, they turn around and I'll sell them the product. And most people don't want to talk to them because they're not looking at them. Because it's like, well, they're avoiding me, so I don't want to bug them. No, I'm going to sell mascara, and I'm going to sell you some mascara. So, and I'll say that because I'll say 3D mascara because it's better than just, in my opinion, have you ever heard of Younique? Okay. Well, that doesn't catch my attention as much as 3D mascara. Now, if someone says, yes, I've heard of it, my next line is, well, have you tried it? And most of the time they've heard of it, but they've never tried it. Okay? So after I say, have you heard of it, have you tried it? Then I'll say, well, I have it on right now, I have it on this side, on this side. I tried the whole 3D football sticker thing at a football show in Dundee. And I have the two tubes in my hand, and if they're not in my hand, then they're very close at the high table right here, and I just grab them. So let me just show you how it works. I don't ask them, can I show you? No. Let me just show you, they're not gonna walk away. So I showed them real quick, and I showed you how I do that. I don't pull the wand out the third time, because it's just too much time and all. And then, after I show it, I stop talking. And I let them ask a question if they have a question. Most of the time they have a question. And after they ask the question, I answer the question, and then I'll say, well, we actually have some here if you want to get some right now. And I'll shake it in my hand. Because sometimes people don't know that you have the product on hand, and they'll say, oh, you have some right now? I can get some? Sure. Right here, how many do you want? 1, 2, 3? That's what we do. You don't follow up on them. Like, you have to say minimal stuff. Unless they're green and they actually answer your questions. Okay, don't ever prejudge. And you always assume the sale. Always assume that they're going to buy it and you ask for it. Just because someone does not have makeup on does not mean they're not going to want to buy the products. Okay, I said don't stand for the mascara. And I'm going to say about this show that we did, but I do small shows too, not just these huge mega shows, and there's been some that I lost my butt. But then I'll sign up somebody who signed up Leah who signed me to purple. So I don't judge it by it costs this much money, so I'm not doing it because I'm going to do it anyway because you never know what's going to come from it. So it's like somebody said at the New Orleans training, it's like, oh my God, that's like $20,000 of mascara. How did you do that? Well, we had 8 people who each had to buy 100 mascaras, and I don't tell them the day before. You know, they do it over time. They have their white cash and half off that they can use, and we build up. So, because we know that show's coming every November. And I don't know if y'all know this or not, but the way shows work is, okay, so I have this show. It's really actually my sister's show. I don't even have it. In New Orleans, and we have the option at the end of that show to sign up for the next show. If we don't say we're going to do it, then whoever's on the waiting list, if they have one, gets it, and if not, then nobody with Younique has it until someone else calls. And I'm saying that because not everybody knows that, and we've had people who will call and try to steal the show from you. Well, and they said, well, you didn't sign up for 2016. Well, no joke, I didn't even do 2015 show yet. And at the end of the show, the people will come around and give you the papers for the application for the next show. So that's kind of how it works. That's why I did say put your name on a waiting list if you call and they have a Younique rep, because you never know when that person's going to quit. And if someone already has that show, it's just too bad. Go find another one. They have a whole bunch. And I say it like that because me and my sponsor both were in 2 different companies. I was with Weight Loss. She was with, well, actually Weight Loss, but 2 different ones. And we each had 2 Christmas shows in town because we live in the same town for our other company. She signed up in October. I signed up in November. And whenever I called to switch the show into Younique with my name, she's like, oh, Cassie called yesterday. What? By one day, I missed those 2 shows, and that's the 2 biggest shows in our town, but oh well, I don't hop on it. My name's on the waiting list, and I will find me something else. Christmas shows and holiday shows are really big, but then now they do have spring shows now that they're doing. And so what you want to do also is follow up. You want to get leads too. So whenever you talk to the person and they buy a mascara or don't buy it, like if you are swamp busy, then you can't get their stuff on Facebook. But you try to get them to fill out your drawing slip. And I personally do a drawing for $50 of free product. I don't ever do a drawing for mascara because then they might not buy it because they might want to see, well, wait and see if I win it. I used to do the lip gloss, but you can do half offs and white cash to do your $50, and it's more. I'm more tempted to sign up for $50 of free makeup than I'm a lip gloss. And so whenever you're talking to them and they say whether they bought it or didn't, why don't you sign up for our drawing? You have nothing to lose. Okay, that's the little catchphrase. You have nothing to lose, and so they'll sign up. And then you have to follow up with those people after, and you need to do it right away. Like if you wait a week, they done. Now the leads that are in the box, those do get split unless there's someone's name on the back. Like if I specifically talked to Julie and we had a nice conversation, my name's on the back of that card. But if she just filled it out, well, we was talking to people and she walked by and filled it out and nobody talked to her, then that's fair game for everybody and it gets split. I don't know. I guess we should. Or actually, no, we each do, I'm sorry, my mind's like, we each do our own. There's 4 of us, so we each have one of our leads, that's who gets it. And the way we do that is, I make a video for who won, and you post it on your Facebook page, and then you email every single person that you have, telling them that they won. But let's say, no, I'm sorry, don't say who won. Just say, thanks for coming to the show, and name the show. We had the mascara. It was so crazy we sold out, so that they think, oh my God, I didn't order and now I need to get me some. And the winner of the, here's a video for those of you that bought the mascara to see how you do it. So even if they didn't, now they're gonna watch the video to see how to put it on and see the results. And so-and-so won, to go see who, I'm sorry, I don't have my notes. To go see who won the $50, click this link, which is your Facebook page. So then you're sending more traffic to your Facebook page and they watch the video of who won. And you also have, if you need to get some more mascara or whatever, however you word it, you have your website at the bottom of your email also. And that goes to everybody. You can also text your leads that you got and tell them that you're placing a bulk order. If anybody wants to get some mascara and wasn't able to get some. I don't think so, because I'm not saying do this and you can buy this. I'm just saying who won a contest that I did. And we are allowed to have to do things that are in their event. So I can do that.
As long as winning is based on.
It's based on nothing.
Yeah, as long, if it's based on a buying, then it's good.
The other thing that's very important is you want to sign presenters up on the spot. Right then and there, your cell phone, your iPad, you get them signed up now. Because if you have a 4-day show, well guess what? They said earlier, it's 48, 72 hours after they're done, they're not even interested anymore. So, I mean, we sign people up on the spot at vendor shows all the time. I will stop what I'm doing if they want to sign up, and a lot of times I'll say, well, for, I don't know, 75, 79, whatever dollars more, you can have this kit. So we'll upsell like that too at shows, and the reason why I'm putting on my notes is because I had a girl on my team doing a show in Mississippi, and I called her to check up on her, see how it was going. She's like, oh, we have this many leads for presenters. And I said, so did you sign anybody up? And she said, no, we're going to contact them after. I'm like, what? Oh my God, no, you sign them up now. So, and they will wait and they'll sign up right then and there. The ones that really want it anyway. Okay, that's actually all I have. So any questions that didn't ask yet?
So you said that everybody brings an equal number of mascaras. And so I have a gal on my team who's done bridal shows, but she's brought other team members. One is not a very strong seller. They sell one, she sells 10, and then they split that. You're saying whatever you sell, you get.
First of all, I wouldn't have, after I sold with her one time and saw that she wasn't a seller, I wouldn't ask her to do it again. I'm a business person, so and I'm a red also, so.
Right. But otherwise, it is just what you sell is what you sell.
Right, but it always for us works out to where it's equal because I'm not a shark, even though I am a red. I'm more concerned that my team is doing good, so I'm going to step back and let them sell, and I'm going to go talk to a vendor or something like we're going to switch out. So, and my team's like that too. We're not competitive to, oh my God, I have every single sale. No, you want to be able to come back to a show next year, don't you? Because if you, like the girl that was late 2 days in a row, 2 hours, we did not ask her to come back. And another girl didn't have a way to take credit cards. This was all our first big show. And the other one didn't have cash. And was like, Because like you there and you're doing your own business, so I'm taking my own credit cards, I'm doing my own cash. Now if you need to get changed, then we'll do that. But it's like you're independently there, but you're still working as a team. If that makes sense. And there were shows that we only bring 20 mascaras, and we'll sign people up. And even if the show is $50, which you don't have to do these huge shows, you can do a $25 show, $50, whatever. You still will sell mascara and sign people up. And that's the whole point, really, is signing people up.
I have two things. One thing that when I do expos or things like that, I always drive like a buy now versus them buying later. So that always helps to get the sale like right then and there.
Can you say that in the beginning?
That one thing that I do when I do expos to get the sale of the mascara is I offer like a buy now special versus them leaving the booth and then they pay more later.
What I'll say in that situation, if they haven't said, oh my God, I want it, I'll say, well, if you buy it now, it'll save you $5.50 over getting it on the website.
Right. And the other thing, have you ever done job fairs? And if not, what are your opinions on that?
I have not ever done one. In my previous company, they did have a booth go set up at a job fair. Whenever you get the words down of what to say, I would do a job fair. I just would have to think about it for a while because young people are looking for something. Yes, job fair, do that one.
Yes.
Especially young college girls.
Yeah.
I mean,
Now, sometimes
I
we
signed up my
feel-
little cousin and I'm like, you could make, well, I could
Right.
get peer money, whatever, but, you know, like stuff, and I was like, you can get a discount on your makeup. I was like, you are going to be around girls every single day. You know the cheerleaders, you know the dance team, you know this. It's a perfect part-time job.
And I think when you said like, you know, investigating what it is, because one of the girls I met at Unified, she did one, she said it was horrible. But then I was going to do one in Tampa around the USF campus, and that one would have been huge. And he
Well-
actually gave a discount for direct sales companies for entering it.
Leah has done quite a few sororities, and like they don't have no money to buy. But they will have some people who it's a numbers game. You cannot do a show and it be a bust and then quit doing shows. No, go find a different type of show. Now don't do that show again, but go find another show. Vendor events are very, very successful and can build your business seriously. And for the job fair thing, I would, like I said, I would do that, but you just gotta know, you gotta have your 30-second speech down pat. Why are they gonna do this over a real job? Because most of them don't even know about network marketing, so I would just have that figured out. But yes, vendor job fairs are good. Or should be good, is what I'm saying. Any other questions?
Do you give receipts?
No. I know we're supposed to, but I do if they use their swear. And some people don't want it. But I don't write about. And in all of the shows that I've done, I've only had one person call me that the mascara was defective, the wand was missing whenever she opened it at home. And she lived like 30 minutes from my house, so I went bring her a new one. But besides that, no one else has returned it. The only thing one of my girls done, I didn't do this, is for the Christmas show, they did a special buy 3 for $90. Was that the special 3 for $90? They just cut out their tax. No, what is it? That'd be like vouchering. No. Well, then that's not what you did. What is 3? We're all trying to calculate.
It's 32 for cash and carry, so they save $6.
No. Right, then you can't do that. No. I'm about to see what you did, but it wasn't less than the price. It was just taking actually the tax office what you did for that Christmas special. That was it. Because we have to sell it for $29. You can sell it for whatever else you want on top of it, but you have to sell it for at least $29. A lot of people don't know that they can raise the price, but we don't, because why would you? Because somebody ain't getting somebody else for cheaper. Anything else? Yes. Festivals, the reason why I don't do that is because we've done them before and people go there to do the rides or whatever and they're not there to shop. So we'll sell 15 mascaras in a day, but that's not good enough for me for the price that I'm paying. And it's hot. In a tent in in Louisiana, it is hot. But some people do that.
What's your flat rate that you sell?
32. Because my tax rate is 8.5 and other girls in my area is 9. So it's really 31 or something. Whenever you charge it with the square and they pay you 32, you lose 10 cents from the square fee and all that kind of stuff. And that's not bad. Or it's doable, I guess. Y'all good? So who's gonna do a vendor event now? There should be more hands than that. Just kidding.